Josiah.
Good morning.
How are you? Good morning. Welcome to All Souls. It's a joy to be with all of you who are here in the sanctuary, those of you joining us by live stream as well. We're so happy to be with you this morning. We are a welcoming and inclusive community of members and friends, and we welcome all of you who are visiting and new this morning as well. My name is Pamela Patton. I'm All Souls Assistant Minister. And joining me in the chancel is All Souls member Laura Pedersen, who preaches every summer, and it's always a highlight for me, and for many of you who I know are here because it's a highlight for you. In case you don't know Laura, there's information about her in here and all over the place because she's quite popular. And she has written, just as one thing to highlight, 19 books. I mean, who writes 19 books? Laura has. I haven't read all of them, but I've read some of them, and I highly recommend them. She was raised, thankfully, in a Unitarian Universalist church in Amherst, New York. So when she moved to New York City, she came here to All Souls, and many, many decades ago. If you are new today, or perhaps you come in frequently, or you just consider yourself newish, please raise your hand just so we can say hello to you, so we know who you are. Welcome. We're so happy to know who's new, and so we like to keep our eyes out. And please do come and say hello to me in the vestibule after the service so I can meet you. And also there's a newcomers brunch today downstairs during coffee hour. You're all welcome to coffee hour. I hope everybody will come, but particularly if you're new or visiting, you may want to look for the table where they have the newcomers bagel brunch. Also, the first Sunday of every month, we have All Souls in 20 minutes to acquaint you with All Souls. So please join us for that if you come on the first Sunday of the month. I also want to just give a quick shout out to the Monday night hospitality volunteers. We had that torrential rain on Monday night, you may remember if you're in the city, and we had some water in the basement, and those volunteers who were here to help with our soup kitchen service, our feeding program, helped out to clean it up, and we're really grateful for that. So our communities intersect in many, many ways, and we take good care of each other, and that was a demonstration of that. And speaking of wonderful volunteers, there's a page in your order of service which highlights some upcoming volunteer positions we'd love to fill in the fall, including helping out with our religious education program for children and youth, ushering and greeting people as they arrive, our after-school mentoring and tutoring partnership with Graham Wyndham, and also some various events in which you might represent All Souls, such as at a street fair. So take a look here and you can see whom to contact about each of those, and we'd love to have people get more involved in those. We'd love to have you stay connected in any way during the week or on Sundays, so please write to us at info@allsoulsnyc.org if you do not receive our emails. We'd love to put you on the mailing list. And now please silence your electronic devices and we'll hear our opening words this morning.
Good morning, and welcome to All Souls. My name is Dana Ivy, and I've been coming to All Souls since 1994. My Unitarian minister in Atlanta, where I grew up, was Eugene Pickett, who went on to become the president of the Unitarian Universalist Association. When I moved to New York City, he suggested I might like All Souls, so I came. I loved Forest Church's preaching, the gorgeous music by Wally Klaus, still gorgeous under Alejandro, and I loved this space. The windows, the light, the feeling of sanctuary, and spiritual purpose. I was thinking about what the church means to me, and my mind went on an interesting excursion. I'm a fan of the Mission Impossible movies, in which a mission is given to Tom Cruise at the beginning of each film. The mission, spoken on a cassette tape he listens to, ends with, "This is your mission if you choose to accept it." The tape then self-destructs in 5 seconds, so there is no record of its existence. I feel like we are asked every day to accept a mission, and that our mission tapes don't self-destruct. The cosmos asks us if we choose to accept our mission. I interpret that as a mission to support and revere the life on planet Earth, to support and serve the life of those around us, and to invite peace into our hearts so that it can manifest in the world. It's a mission I choose to accept. But it requires attention and focus, and I don't succeed at this mission most of the time. But this spiritual space at All Souls inspires me and encourages me to try again. I hope it does the same for you. Now please rise as you are able and join me in repeating the bond of union. In the spirit of the truth and in the spirit of love, we unite for the worship of God and the service of all.
Please be seated. Good morning. Thank you, Reverend Pamela, for that lovely introduction and for inviting me to join you, and to our marvelous musicians, Maestro Trent Johnson and soloist Andrew Troop, and to Dana Ivey, who has won countless accolades for starring on Broadway. But I suspect her Unitarian Universalist Clara Barton Award is the centerpiece atop her mantle. Am I right? I have a confession to make. In readings, I often tweak the gender to be more inclusive. However, I left men in here today since it's pretty well known. And it reminds me how Thomas Jefferson famously argued that laws and constitutions should be revised every 19 years, so one generation is not bound by the ideas of previous generations. Why 19 years and not 20? He was a quirky guy. Our responsive reading is from the Declaration of Independence by Thomas Jefferson and printed in your order of service. We hold these truths to be self-evident. That all men are created equal. That they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Our first hymn today, Morning Has Broken, is printed in your order of service. Please rise as you are able, and let's sing together.
Morning has broken.
Our reading this morning is entitled, "He Took a Few Cups of Love," by professional boxer and social activist Muhammad Ali. He took a few cups of love. He took 1 tablespoon of patience, 1 teaspoon of generosity, 1 pint of kindness. He took 1 quart of laughter and 1 pinch of concern. And then he mixed willingness with happiness. He added lots of faith, and he stirred it up well. Then he spread it over the span of a lifetime, and he served it to each and every deserving person he met.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines at me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. And to wake up to the sound of music, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Yeah, let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Yeah, let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be.
Well, that was magnificent. Yeah, well deserved. Today's prayer, Your Smile Matters, is by C.S. Laurie, who describes herself as a free spirit, a poet, a writer, and a mom. Go into this week with the attitude that your peace, your health of mind, and your heart mean more than getting everything else done. That your smile matters, that feeling rested matters, that holding the hand of your loved ones matter. So pause lots, function at a pace that doesn't pull you apart, honor the things that make you feel good inside, the things that make you feel alive. Give time to those things this week. Make time the gift it is by giving it to what really matters to you. The words to our second hymn, the 59th Street Bridge Song, are printed in your order of service without music. But if you're old enough to know the difference between a 33 record and a 45 record, then I think you know the tune. Please rise as you are able, and let's sing together.
Slow down, move too fast. You've gotta make the morning last. Just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Hello, lamppost, what you knowin'? You've gotta watch the flowers growing. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Feeling groovy. Got no deeds to do, no promises to keep. Dappled and drowsy and ready to sleep. Let the morning time drop all its petals on me. Like I love you, all is groovy.
Our practice of collecting an offering is a sacrament of this self-sustaining and self-governing congregation, which is supported by the voluntary generosity of all of you who join with us. Our offering today will now be given and received to support our mission of transforming our own lives and the world around us.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. Babies cry, I watch them grow. They learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
I think they like you. I think they really like you. It's a privilege and a pleasure to be here. In the olden days, BAC, before air conditioning, we worshiped in the basement, which we called the summer chapel. But I'm pretty sure when there are feet going past overhead, the roar of large metal fans and exposed pipes, plumbing, not organ, you're in the basement. We UUs tend not to lust after heaven, but there is much to be said for just being on the ground floor. Speaking of heaven, when I was growing up, even though I technically went to a public school, every Friday they served fish sticks, as dictated in the Bible, in Paul's letter to Mrs. Paul. And whenever we kids broke an ankle or pierced a lung, the teachers told us to walk it off or to offer it up. Mothers liked to say, the first baby is always early. Buffalo, New York was 80% Catholic and rather famous for premature babies. Sometimes a 2 or 3 month premature baby could weigh 10 or 12 pounds. I'm surprised more studies weren't done about this medical miracle. Any Catholics here? Wait, here's a test. Your neighbor, Jack Riley, whom you've known for 30 years, wins an award. But on the certificate, his name is John Riley. What? Well, he couldn't be named Jack because Jack isn't the name of a saint. That is the correct answer. We should have a 2-drink minimum and do trivia. Leave it to say that growing up, no one in my neighborhood knew what a Unitarian Universalist even was until Bruce Springsteen came out with his hit song, Born in the UUA. So this sermon is called The Pursuit of Happiness because I thought if I called it The Pursuit of the Status Quo, no one would come. Happiness is a very large concept. 2,400 years ago, Socrates wrestled with the question, how should one live? And what is meant by a good life? In general terms, it's a satisfying and pleasant existence. But how can we set about creating this among the unavoidable eventualities and practicalities that real lives involve, the challenges, difficulties, setbacks, accidents, good luck, bad luck, demands made by others, and our own limitations? Because happiness seems to be at the heart of the matter, no matter how we approach life. Why do we go to the doctor? To be in good health. Why do we want to be in good health? If I'm not, I can't do my work or activities. Why do we work? To make money. Why do we want money? To pay? Okay, the point isn't an infinite regress, but if we continue, we'd most likely end up with the word happiness. How to achieve that flourishing life is the goal of our actions. A life for which we're the only candidates, not animals, not cult members, not even children, really. We have choices, the ability to make a rational plan for our lives. And here is a major reason religion has survived and thrived, because it often offers to do this for people. Likewise, cults and other lifestyle-dominating organizations. Yet, as humanists, We cannot adopt and adhere to someone else's idea of what leads to happiness, but must decide for ourselves by asking how to live based on what we know of human experience in the real world. If you found your way to this sanctuary, you're probably a humanist in addition to whatever else you may be. You believe our ethics should be informed by what human beings are really like. Simply put, when they suggest teaching abstinence-only sex education in high schools, you most likely roll your eyes. And you believe our ethics should be informed by what will help people thrive in this world rather than the next. You feel it's our individual responsibility to make our own moral choices rather than receive them from a political or religious leader or a film star or a hotel owner. Because when individuals submit to systems, we hand over the right to do our thinking and choosing. Philosopher Bertrand Russell joked that most people would rather die than think, and most people do. Certainly, it's easier to grab a one-size-fits-all model from a pile of subway literature or from the Center for Eternal Something in Midtown. A humanist deems this unacceptable. It's an abdication of responsibility, which at the same time means a loss of opportunity. We need to be able to justify our moral choices, as should others. One ancient school of thought on how to live was founded by Epicurus, who advised the pursuit of pleasure and the avoidance of pain. However, his view was that the conventional pleasures associated with food, drink, and love contain the seeds of pain within them and are therefore to be avoided for the true pleasures of learning, discussing, and moderation in our appetites. Epicureanism has since come to mean the exact opposite, indulgence, much like hookup has apparently changed its meaning from the days when we called a handyman to come hook up the dryer. And now we call handy persons rather than handymen. Aristotle, who famously proclaimed, "Happiness depends on ourselves," also pointed out that saying the happy life is one that's desirable and means living well is not saying very much at all. Everyone wants to be happy, and everyone agrees that being happy is related to an individual's well-being. Aristotle's ingredients for the happy life were pleasure, political activity, and philosophy, of course, with the key being balance. However, his virtues tended to be more self-serving than social, and that's where we're going to take a slight turn. By a happy life, I think we desire one worth living, that's fruitful, flourishing, and has a positive impact on others. Everyone will have a different definition for their own happy life, but at the core will be caring, love and our friendship with others, activity, doing and making, learning, reevaluating as new information arrives, and freedom, the freedom to not be enslaved by having to live an inauthentic life. Being true to ourselves also carries over to career choice, whether to marry and whether to have children. There should be a sense of integration with a community and ideally society as a whole. Humanists believe we live in a world where we have certain duties to other beings, as they hopefully do to us. And I'd be lax if I didn't add my mother's secret to a happy life. When you enter a building, immediately locate your fire exits. She's a nurse. Finally, I like to say finally about halfway through. It feels like it just kind of wakes everybody up. Back to our choices. They're difficult choices. When we decide to do something, it's time not spent doing something else. All Souls is a great example, where there are 300 regular attendees, but 400 committees you can join. One has to make tough decisions, whether to get out the vote, get out the karma, or get out the coffee. Maybe you've heard about the Silicon Valley management consultant vacationing in a quaint Brazilian village. One morning, a fisherman rowing a small boat came ashore with a basket full of fish. The consultant from San Francisco was impressed and asked, "How long does it take you to catch that many fish?" The fisherman replied, "Oh, just a few hours." "Then why not stay out longer and catch even more?" "Well, this is enough to feed my whole family," said the fisherman. "So what do you do for the rest of the day?" asked the consultant. "I go home, play with my kids. In the afternoon, I take a nap with my wife. And in the evening, we join our friends in the village square for a drink. We play music and dance." The consultant offered a proposal. "I can help you become more successful. Going forward, you should spend more time at sea and try to catch as many fish as possible. Then you can buy a bigger boat and catch even more fish. Soon you'll be able to afford several boats, hire people, have your own production plant and a headquarters in Rio de Janeiro." The fisherman asked, "And after that?" "Oh, after that you can go public and you'll be rich." The fisherman asked, "And after that?" "Then you can retire, move to a village, catch a few fish, play with the kids, spend time with your wife, and relax in the square." The fisherman was puzzled. "Isn't that what I'm doing right now?" A lot of soul searching may make sense, but in New York City, we're busy, we're in a hurry. We need the tricks or shortcuts to happiness. If we're in a 12-step program, we want to get it down to 6 or 7 steps. Plus, TV has gotten really good the past few years. So a woman named Bronnie Ware wrote a book based on her time as a palliative caregiver called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself. This is the most common regret of all. I wish I didn't work so hard. I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. And I wish that I had let myself be happier. For over 8 decades and counting, a Harvard study has tracked a group of individuals asking thousands of questions and taking measurements to find out what really keeps people healthy and happy. Through all the years of investigating these lives, one crucial factor stands out for the consistency and power of its ties to physical and mental health and longevity. It's not career achievement or exercise or a healthy diet. But there's an asterisk to avoid lawsuits where they say, "But all these things are still important." The one thing that dominates all is good relationships. In fact, the scientists said if they had to boil almost 90 years of 1 million measurements to a single principle, it would be good relationships keep us healthier and happier, period. Yes, humans need nutrition and exercise and a purpose, but we really need each other. The Greek philosophers known as the Stoics understood that external factors play a role in happiness, that governments can wrong their citizens, and agreed that we need to fight against social injustices. However, they felt this was most successfully accomplished by individuals who had already embraced a personal philosophy that was affording them a good life in order to be able to create the same for others. Viktor Frankl's remarkable book, Man's Search for Meaning, chronicles his experiences in Auschwitz and other camps. He considered why some inmates survived inconceivable physical cruelty while others succumbed and died. Frankl said, "We who lived in concentration camps can remember the men who walked through the huts comforting others, giving away their last piece of bread. They may have been few in number, but they offered sufficient proof that everything can be taken from a person but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude to any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response, and in our response lies our growth and freedom." Collective wisdom tells us that outwardly directed activities are the foundation of a happy life, and that the best way to be happy is to work at making other people happy. Sometimes that can mean helping others, and sometimes it can mean allowing ourselves to be helped. And finally, for real this time, happiness is not an algorithm. It's the shared endeavor to make the world large enough to contain the variety of ways free individuals wish to live, and strong enough to hold us all together. Thank you.
Please rise as you are able and join in singing hymn 121, "We'll Build a Land."
The may then create peace, where justice shall roll down like waters, and peace like an ever-flowing stream. Come, build a land where the mantles of praises resound from spirits once faint and once weak, where like oaks of righteousness stand her people. Oh, come build the land, my people receive. Come build a land where sisters and brothers, anointed by God, may then create peace, where justice shall roll down like waters, and peace like an ever-flowing stream.
Please be seated. And now, in our going, may love bless us and keep us. May the light of love shine down upon us and out from within us, and be gracious unto us and give us peace. For this is the day we are given. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Amen.